Hey everyone, it's Annette Dion, and I noticed that my sign up there is a little cut off. Everything is possible when we believe it, we will see it. And heaven smiles on you, angels rejoice over you. Press on. I'm reading it backwards, it was a little tough. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well as can be expected, and I don't know if you may have tuned in yesterday. I felt pretty compelled to do a spiritual counseling session. Today the energy seems a little bit lighter. Maybe it's Friday, and even though a lot of people aren't working, we still are kind of in this kind of program that Friday means sigh of relief. So we tend to not expect too much of ourselves from ourselves in terms of productivity when it comes to the weekend. Just in general, I'm generalizing. So yesterday was quite an interesting day in the United States with He Who Shall Not Be Named really going off the rails. Oh my goodness. Really going off the rails. And then today I heard that he left without taking any questions, which makes sense. And I had mentioned that I had a vision of him kind of tumbling down the stairs symbolically. And I think that's what we saw yesterday. I mean, I think that was before I actually saw everything that was said at the press conference. Please, nobody do anything stupid. Of course we're not going to drink Lysol or inject it. But I did worry because some people might, because not everyone has all their marbles. It's just the way it is. So I wanted to mention that I'm getting a lot of guidance about what businesses are going to do really well. We know corporations will, and it's a little bit disconcerting to think about that. That will be changing sometime. Not within the next 24 hours, which is what my readings cover. But the time to reinvent ourselves is now. When this pandemic hit, I immediately started my YouTube channel. So I was using the resources available to me. So I'm working on that. And, so I just want to say that taking what we have and looking at it from a different angle, like what other ways can I do such and such, is really beneficial right now. So the industries that I feel like are going to totally explode in terms of success are, obviously, we see grocery delivery services and other kinds of delivery services that keep people safer at home. And that is one, obviously, we all know that the grocery delivery services have just gone through this huge boom, like there's not enough supply to meet the demand. So going into that business is very smart. Cooking for folks that want to hire you to deliver meals, big business there. And moving on into the future, like in the next few months, anybody who has a farm, local farms, CSAs are going to go through the roof in terms of clients and customers. So, and if they deliver, even better. So I just want you all to be thinking about that. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting the angel, the temperance angel, which is just about assessing what you have available to you and creating something new and keeping the balance. I keep on talking about people when they get money, stimulus money, to don't spend it, just hang on to it. First of all, it's going to give you a sense of security that it's there, which produces more abundance. If you feel like you have a stash, it makes you not go to fear mode so automatically, because you subconsciously or consciously just have the sense that that you have a stash. Hang on to it, because this threat of this lethal infection that's highly, highly contagious is not leaving us until, like I've been talking about, January, February, March of next year. There's going to be an easing up, but there's another wave coming too. So I don't mean to scare people. I just want to say that we have to be safe. I believe that we are souls that came in to experience this challenge and to help others to get through it. So we all have roles to play. We all have important roles to play. So you are special, as Mr. Rogers said. So what I'm going to do is pull an angel card and see what the angels have to say to give us something to focus on for the next day. And thank you for subscribing if you have. Please share. And the angel card is for today. I feel Archangel Michael around, and Michael is the Archangel of protection. So anybody who's feeling afraid, just call in Archangel Michael and ask him to send you a blanket of comfort and protection. Self-acceptance. I really am tapping into this need to tell everyone that you are fine just the way you are. There's Mr. Rogers again. That you're perfect just the way you are. I'm getting that song Just the Way You Are that Billy Joel made popular in the 70s that he wrote. This is about loving yourself just the way you are and releasing the identity to the sense of your job, working for a company, if that was the case or is the case, is not who you are. So this is really about getting tapped into your essence, who you are. The longer we have to sit still, the more we're going to have to tap into what resides here. So practice loving you just for you. One of my favorite affirmations is I love myself completely here and now, no matter what. No matter what is key. Because we do tend to beat ourselves up. It's just the human condition. And it doesn't help anybody. So don't think that it's a good thing, because it's not a good thing. Okay, and what's going to go on the next 24 hours? It's about, oh my gosh, it's after 7 Eastern time. Dark day in New England. Oh my gosh, it's like, it's one of those days that you can't even tell what time it is. That's why I'm kind of in time warp. All right, the next 24 hours, I mentioned yesterday, we're going to start to see some money. We're going to start to feel, believe it or not, we're going to start to see people really adjusting. Like yesterday, I felt like the energy was like people felt stuck in a rut. And today, I felt more of an acceptance, that we're moving into acceptance. 5 weeks in, we now start to feel like, okay, we're in a new place. It's like going on a long trip and we finally landed. A long, I don't know, trip by horse or something. Because nowadays you can get across the world in a day. So let's see what we have. 3 cards, and I have to finish the Michael Moore movie that I mentioned yesterday, Planet of the Humans. It looked really good. I just only got through a piece of it. That's a good thing to do over the weekend. Planet of the Humans. Remember Planet of the Apes? Anybody out there remember Planet of the Apes? That was a great, great series. Here. I think every other day, maybe every day I get this card. It's a need for deep rest and assessing. Well, we're definitely being given messages. We definitely need more time of quiet. And we have to realize with this card, the 4 of Swords, we have to accept this new way of living. Particularly, the most important thing is the slower pace. People are having a really wicked hard time with that. We have to be still. I gotta tell you, this is not going to be over until we finally have learned how to be quiet and slower. Doesn't have to be totally slow, but just slower. I'm hanging on to it, just making you slow down. Just go slower. Think slower. Expect less. You don't have to be in productivity all the time. Get over get there-itis. Not necessary. In fact, we're being asked to go to the other end of the spectrum. No get there-itis. Just be here-itis. Okay? The angels are so clever. Okay. And the Tower card, there's a big disruption. There's a big change. I'm feeling this around the presidency. Actually, I heard that he just walked out today, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned that, without taking any questions. He was done. And I feel like he's done. I feel like a cycle has ended. It might be that the press conferences are ending. I feel like that's what it is, but definitely something has been disrupted. I see lawsuits. Might be why he walked out today. Of the press conference. I see lawsuits. I see huge disruption in the White House, and I'm also being told to tell people to pray because this is a very unstable time. So be in appreciation and gratitude and make sure that you pray. Appreciation and gratitude for what you have. This isn't like something scary. It's just, I mentioned at the start of the year, it's going to be a roller coaster ride, and it sure is. There's a downfall. There's a downfall coming. So, interesting. That card has a lot of energy. And then this card is about bringing your thoughts, bringing everything into balance. So there's a huge disruption. Things have to be shaken up before they can come together in a new way. But this is a very delicate balancing act. Be gentle with people. Be gentle with yourself. Look at what's going on. Know that it's a trigger for a lot of people. What was predictable, or so-called predictable relatively, and normal and usual and felt safe is no longer available. I mean, just in terms of our routines and being able to rely on things to be there. Like, I used to go out to eat all the time, and I guess I didn't realize how often I did that and how much it was just sort of my social time. And you know, this is about bringing into balance the new ways of living. So we got to put a lot of focus on that. For some reason, I'm feeling like people being home, baking bread, laughing with their children, playing games. That's part of this. That's the balance. So we, you know, you might not have like played a game with your children or something like that, or baked bread in a very long time. That brings things into balance. So this is more about being in the moment with just like balancing activities. All right, so there's that. That's a reading for today. Once again, it's Annette Dion. If you would like a reading, it's AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email and we'll set it up by phone, FaceTime, or Zoom. And thank you so much. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye now.